Is it time for a cold plunge or not? Is the question. TBD is the answer. First things first is gotta watch out for the bears. Everywhere you go, you gotta, hey bear, 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 get out of here. You never know where they are. Once you've had one bear scare in your life, like I have, bear country. So, cold water exposure is definitely something that has changed my life in the past 5 years. As I began to learn the benefits and appreciate the practice, the more I did it, the more I wanted to do it, the better I felt. I've always been one of those people who like just gets in the water no matter how cold it is, because I just love water that much. But then I started to realize there was an entire like method around it, and like a cult following around cold water. Obviously Wim Hof made it popular and kind of more known, but I love the cold water. And so when possible, I try to get in the natural bodies of cold water, like the Pacific Ocean during the winter, or now up in Mammoth Lakes, just east of Yosemite. There's a whole bunch of lakes that have snowmelt water. It's June right now, but there's still snow on the top of the mountains, and it comes down off the mountains directly into the lakes. So the water is super cold year round. And we had a pretty good winter, so I don't know if you can see it out there, but there's still snow-capped mountains. We had a relatively good winter, so June 10th there's still snow up on the mountains. The water is still really cold. So what we're gonna do is drive to one of the local lakes. It is quarantined, so only some of the lakes are open, and get in. So there are a host of physiological benefits to the cold water, but my main motivation, I've talked about this before, my main motivation is for the psychological benefits. Truly, once I'm in there and when I get out, it's this feeling of feeling alive. It's this feeling of knowing that you did something brave and courageous, something that was uncomfortable, and it just invigorates me in a way that nothing else does. I think that if you're somebody who regularly practices cold water exposure, you feel those benefits as well, but if you're not willing to get beyond that discomfort, you're never going to be able to reap the benefits. So psychologically, for me, it just does so much from the sense of I'm a person who regularly experiences anxiety, and it has been one of the most powerful, I don't want to say cures, but one of the most powerful practices that I have used to offset those anxious thoughts of just like in your own head. It's just like go out, take action, like get in, get cold, get uncomfortable, and it's so empowering to know that you have some amount of control over how you feel. And by facing something uncomfortable like cold water, it's temporary, right? It's uncomfortable, but it's temporary, it's short term. It's even for 30 seconds or even for 10 seconds jumping in, or even splashing it on your face for a couple of seconds, it can make a big difference in your overall psyche. And so there's obviously physiological benefits, but the psychological benefits for me are the most motivating. And so it's the end of a day today. It's Thursday, it's 4:30. I coached 3 client sessions. There's heaviness going on in the world with racial injustices. There's heaviness in the world with COVID, with our political climate, with, for me personally, in the CrossFit community, with change of leadership and ownership and questioning our leadership. And so there's a lot going on, right? And I feel tired. I feel like I haven't rested well. And my motivation feels lower than usual. And so for me, getting in the cold water, we'll see what happens, but I know it's something that's going to just help my overall mood and help my overall ability to handle the stressors that life's going to continue to bring.
Fix your back. Are you gonna tell me where you went? All the messages
So that water actually is between 50 and 55 degrees. It's not that cold. There's a bit of wind right now, and the air is kind of chilly, maybe 55 to 60 degrees as well. So it feels colder. But typically in this temperature, staying in between 2 and 5 minutes and just calming your breath and just relaxing is really good. When the temperature drops below 40, and it's like 35 to 40, you know, staying in there for just 1 to 2 minutes is plenty. Sometimes just cold plunging is enough. Just dive in, dive out. You already are going to get the benefits. Even, again, splashing it on your face just feels good. Helps you feel alive. The natural water is even more refreshing to me than shower or the cold tub I have in my backyard. So when possible, in a lake, in a river, in the ocean, jump in that cold water and go for it.